Good job. It's Streetz, debuting my Street Talk series. I know y'all see me. I'm working, but it's only right that I start off the series with one of my best friends, closest music partners, and dare I say one of my and only rivals that I had growing up, because y'all niggas can't fuck with me. But Dvn DWNR.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Dvn DWNR, what's good? Keystone.
So before we get into anything, I know a lot of people would know you as Dev Dollar. So what about that change?
That's a good question. But Dev Dollar, it started out as a simple nickname. It started out as D Money, obviously, and then that was corny because everybody named mom was D Money. And then I switched to Dev Dollar, but I thought that was corny. And I wanted to make it mean something. The dollar ended up being an acronym for Die or Live Life Alone. But it sounds funny, but I'm obviously, I graphic design. So I hated putting the dots between that shit.
Or to make it acronym.
Yeah, and then it just didn't look appealing to me like Dev, and then all the dots. So then I stopped doing the dots, but then it lost the meaning. The people just was like money. So you know what I'm saying? It lost the meaning of people asking what the acronym stood for. So I'm like, shit.
Desi Gonzalez, one shot dead.
Yeah, sure nigga sometimes one shot red. But I don't know. Downer came from I'm a guy that known to have a lot of strong opinions, I guess you could say. And people always used to be like, you being such a Debbie Downer, you're always a downer, you're a downer. So like, fuck it.
I can't expect you to come with a take that be like, what? You don't like this? You don't like that? What?
Yeah, you know how that is. So yeah, that's where the downer came from. Just me, people perceiving me as a negative energy and it not being that. Yeah. So it's kind of like
just embracing it and fucking.
Yeah, it's like an embracing of it. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, shit. You've been working for a long time. Tell people that may not know where you started.
I'm from Syracuse, New York. I did a little bit of moving around between the grades of the 8, 9, 10, 11. I was in Maryland getting that little DMV vibe. I wasn't really doing too much recording there. That's when I first started, getting my feet wet as far as battling and, you know what I'm saying, being comfortable rapping in front of people and shit like that. And then I came back here to finish high school, and that's when I put out my first project, The Matrix. I had the hoodie spray painted, rest in peace, Tay Rock.
Definitely rest in peace.
I had the, on the bus passing the shit out, and that kind of got my name out there as one of the guys who's rapping. And then I dropped Matrix Reloaded, and that was really the one that kind of got me out there as far as really people really playing the songs and knowing the songs off of it and shit like that.
I remember them nights, them DSA and Reloaded nights, because I was right there with your ass. I had to press the record button. I even had to finish some verses for your ass.
Niggas sleeping on floors and all type of shit.
I don't know, no shade, but I don't know where the team was at the time when we was finishing up at the
running around, being young, getting into shit niggas ain't had no business and shit. And then after that, I went to college. Went to Florida and fucking
Full Sail, right?
Yeah, Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida, and for recording arts. And I did that. I didn't really make no music down there. I just was doing the college thing, being distracted, being young. And when I came back, that's when I dropped. After school, I dropped something new. Mixtape something new. I wasn't really outside as much at that time. I was in the crib going through my back from college phase. It was a decent project though. I had it hosted by a DJ out of Philly, and it made a little bit of noise that's around the Dat Piff era. and you know what I'm saying, my mixtapes and all of that shit. You know,
that's
popping.
That's gonna lead me to another topic, but before we go there. I just said your team, but you do have a lot of talented people that you've been working with for a long time. So you wanna?
Yeah, for sure. You know the gang, Diff Gang, for sure. Throw up a V all day. P's and Key, P Smiles, Keontae Royale. That's family to my brothers, man. We got projects out. You can check us out on every streaming service. Paul Reese, No Space, Keontae, QIANTE, and me, Dvn DWNR. We all got, we've been working together for a long time, man. That's been the team, that's been the home team, and everything. We try to keep everything in house. As far as designing, you know, covers and you know, we ain't really do too many outside features. We trying to change that now, but you know, being three of us, you know, when you need a feature, it's right there.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we've been. Shouts out to them, man. Shouts out to them because they've been holding me down. We've been making music no matter where we live.
Yeah, still
close together. Yeah, so.
But that's one thing that I had to unlearn growing up with Crime Street is that like we work like we know we work hard together, but people used to hit me and they're like, okay, we want to work with y'all. I'm like, we don't need no niggas outside Crime Street. We got this. Yeah. We got Crime Street. We got DTE. We don't need nobody else. And it's like, no, that's all.
Cause we from the era of groups and being loyal to, you know what I'm saying, like.
But that's how you
might see X and Hov do something together, but you ain't seeing all the Rough Rider niggas doing, you know what I'm saying. The SP ain't working with Beans, and you know what I'm saying. So it was loyalty up to a certain point, but. Niggas probably lost out on a lot of shit being too loyal to camps, but I ain't really, you know, I also don't really know too many niggas, you know what I'm saying? The Crime Street camp was one of the only other camps that I knew, and it was cool kind of having like another camp to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? And other sounds to fuck with, and
we would have killed y'all niggas if we kept going. I'm just gonna put that in there.
Yo, life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how life works because, like, when J. Cole dropped Middle Child, that shit really made me think because we really is like the 30. If you like between like the ages of like 27 and 32 right now, I would say like 27. Like 27 to 32, maybe 33. You came up while all of this shit was in development. You know what I'm saying? Now it's at the head where I wouldn't say, obviously technology is always moving forward. But it's at the point now where you could do, like, we was learning shit as it was.
Yeah. We was in the middle.
You know what I'm saying? We in the middle, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we experienced the D4L, and then we experienced the as much as I hated that era, but I understand it now.
We both hated that snap music.
Hated that shit.
But as I got older, I seen the place for it. You realize that everything
really respect the shit. That's how I feel about the whole Playboy Cardi, Uzi, like
even Soulja Boy. I used to couldn't stand him, but as I got older and I learned the game, he was a pioneer.
Bruh, I was in the street doing the fucking Crank the Forrest Gump. You feel me? Like with my little sister, like that wasn't a Soulja Boy song, but that shit wouldn't existed if he ain't crank whatever the fuck he cranked.
He had the internet on Smash.
Internet going crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then LimeWire and all that shit. Like I'm going on a tangent, but
that's what it is. But see but the next topic I was going to say is we were, like you said earlier, you passed out your mixtape, you did all of that. We came from that era. I used to have CDs in the backpack, like, oh, I ain't got no weed right now, or I'm hungry. Let me go sell some CDs real quick so I can da. But now you can't really do that because everything is digital. So how has that transition affected you? Like, do you like the transition, and do you feel like
it worked? Is you know, it's like one of those situations you look at it like a gift and a curse, because me being somebody who's not really an outside nigga like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, well, as far as my hometown is concerned, I don't really, you know, I'm not a street guy, so I don't pound the pavement a lot. So it's cool for me to be able to throw something up on social media and have somebody in the town who wouldn't necessarily get a mixtape from me because I don't know you.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying, I'm not in the same circle as you. So that's cool for that aspect, but it's also bad because it kind of added to my thinking of I can do shit from behind a keyboard.
Right.
And
Which you kind of can. I mean, you have to
You can now, especially now that this COVID shit going on.
Yeah, but then you get a Summer Walker. Like I love Summer Walker to death. Like as far as a talent, but she used to piss me off with that whole anxiety thing. Anxiety is real. I'm not saying that it's not a real thing, but it's just like you want to make music behind the scenes, but eventually you still have to come up to the front. You have to deal with the shit.
Yeah,
you have to.
You gotta. So that's where my lack of like show experience and just lack of network. You know what I'm saying? That comes from just. You can reach the world from behind the screen, but you can't really reach your hometown, and that's right outside of your door. That's, you know what I'm saying. And then when you obviously that goes without saying, when you have some type of following, you know what I'm saying, that you can reach directly,
right, and
they can see you. That speaks. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, cool, you bring that in with your social aspect of things.
But I mean, for you, honestly, this transition, you probably transitioned seamlessly because you was already on that kind of way before anyway. You had artists in different states that you was working with. You was connected over the internet anyway. It wasn't really
Yeah. I did the whole artist thing.
That's what I'm saying. Nigga, you got niggas got to put some respect on your goddamn name.
No, for real.
Like,
I'm not never the nigga to toot my own horn, but you know, like I said, man, like one of the most unknown in the town. I feel like if you rap in the town, then you know who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should know who I am. But yeah, man, a lot of it fall on me not being out here enough to be in people's face. But you know, we live in a certain kind of time where they digest different things differently. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not talking about what these street guys want to hear, I'm not necessarily be the first on the list to be listened to. But it's changing now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give. It's changing now.
That's been my problem though. Is all right. Like once I start getting older. Like we both not complete street niggas, but we done ran the streets enough to have the credibility. Yeah. But it's just like some of that shit is senseless. Like with the state of the world right now, we got all of this shit going on, and you arguing over a block or you doing this and that, and it's like, my nigga, like, is it really like? At the end of the day, like for me to talk about it is harder. So like I try to. But because it's fun at the same time, that's
why I'm glad 6ix9ine happened.
Yeah,
I'm glad that he happened, bro.
Why you say that?
Because he proved the point. I'm not saying I agree with nothing that he did or how he did it. Let me just say that.
All right.
I'm gonna leave that opinion for. We might talk about it, we might not, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
What I'm talking about is you can make street music and reach a street audience. Without being a street nigga. Right. That didn't used to be okay. That didn't. When we was growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, if you was gonna shoot somebody in a song, you better be at least attempting to do that shit in the real world.
But see where I feel like a lot of people won't agree because they're ignorant to the facts, but a lot of our street rappers aren't really street niggas. Like Lil Wayne been on since he was mad little. Like,
yeah, it's the hip hop has a weird acceptance rule. Is they accept different things at different times with different parameters for different reasons. And I'm a hip hop fan, so I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, he was around baby since he was 9, whatever. The only time he held a gun was when he shot himself in the chest, blah, blah, blah.
And I ain't even gonna go into the whole Baby Wayne.
Yeah, that whole thing. But it's like, Wayne one of the ones who might have slipped through the cracks as far as not really having those street ties, but being from a real hood place that you can reference. You
got money real fast, so you got people that do it for you.
Or you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, the reason I say 6ix9ine is because
he really wasn't from that.
He took off. I know street niggas who was listening to his songs when they was dropping. Like, you heard the new shit that he dropped? That shit kinda hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know niggas, I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but I know niggas who was like checking for the nigga. And at first I was like, I can't listen to this nigga. But then I heard him on a Trippie Redd song called Pose. And I was like, that shit kind of catchy.
So you know what? The thing that the time period of why 6ix9ine kind of caught with me is because Meek was in jail, and Meek had that yelling type of flow beforehand before he went in. It wasn't exactly like Tekashi yells a lot more, but Meek had that type of. So I felt like it was kind of missing. But it's not. You can't compare them the same as lyrically. It's just like sonically a little bit. But then he started.
If Meek Mill had Tekashi's song making abilities, he'd be more famous.
I can say that. I can see that.
Say what you want about the Rainbow Head motherfucker. He was making good songs. It may not be good enough to necessarily us when we're gonna ride around playing in our car, but numbers, men lie, women lie.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So somebody was listening to that. The niggas who buy music was listening to that nigga. I even like a couple of them shits. I'm not gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna lie. It's a couple of them shits.
Yeah, them shits with them. It's catchy.
It's just the same. Like I just had to write the nigga. If I can honestly say that if the whole snitching thing ain't come about, if he was dropping music, I probably would listen to it. I'm not going to run to this is the new Tekashi. But yeah,
you hear some shit in a TikTok or on a Twitter or somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody's car or something.
It was the same for Tory for me too. Like I can't. Tory voice get on my nerves a lot. Like after a while, but he makes decent music. And then that shit is getting kind of. Like I was Team Meg, but I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. This shit is weird to me. If any nigga back out on a woman for any reason, I feel like you a bitch and you shouldn't be supported. But I don't know what the fuck. I can't anymore. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep real with you. I don't really fuck with a nigga like that anyway. Shouts out to Meg for her doing what she doing, and I don't really listen to the nigga like that.
Yeah, I completely. So I didn't really listen to the nigga before anyway, but I let some shit rock. But I ain't playing that nigga now.
To me, he think he Drake, and Drake he can't really sing that good.
Yo, I gotta see that nigga without being in the studio. Like, what you gonna do singing without them effects on your ass?
Well, not even that. It's just like you take the whole like, oh, let me drop a street track and then let me drop a. I don't want to talk about Tory Lanez. But
you just said your boy Drake. I have a personal thing with Drake because I feel like being light skinned, I feel like Drake gives light skinned niggas a bad thing. But everybody, quick edit point, but it's all good. So we left off with me about to go on a rant about Drake, but I all ended it by saying that I don't really want to talk about him, just like you said. So that's irrelevant. But go from here so much, bro. Like,
yeah.
Who's your epitome of like when they say the greatest rapper alive, who is it to you?
The greatest rapper alive is undoubtedly only one person.
H to the Izzo.
That's Jay-Z. But it's a lot of other.
See, go ahead.
I mean, the best rapper is Hov, but like, I think probably the best artist is probably between like Ye and Drake. Yeah. Probably like something like that.
I don't know, man.
Don't get me wrong, Drake can rap his ass off, but
you don't believe the ghostwriter myth with Drake?
See, my problem with that whole thing is that shit. To me personally, that shit got blown out of proportion. Cause that shit's been niggas been doing that shit forever.
But you as an artist, you gonna let somebody pen some shit for you?
Yes, absolutely.
You would?
Yes.
I can't see you doing it. I mean, I might take your input on the hook. I might, but
that's
you ain't
all it
right.
was.
You ain't right. Nah, but I feel like when Drake be talking that hood shit, I feel like somebody else be writing that shit for him. Like you can't. He got writing credits for R&B singers, so you can't take away the fact that the nigga got a pen. He has some sort of pen. You can't take that away from the nigga. But as far as rapping, when that nigga go into a certain zone, like they always say when he was in that, what kind of phone was that back in the day? He might have been he might have been going through some references. Like that's
Hey, I feel like this. At the end of the day, that nigga making it. Hey, listen. If you make the song before I make the song, then you make the song.
But keep it real, like I hate on Drake a lot, but nobody really do make music like him. Whether it's a reference or not, he still it's his vocals.
That's because he took the Kanye approach but made it like not hood because he not the hood nigga, but like you know this when he get into his little street shit, he took the approach of bro, the best music is teamwork. It's great that you can make a dope song sitting in the room by yourself and you can record. That's dope.
Right.
But the dopest shit is when you're working on a song and ideas is coming from mad different places. Like Kanye said 130 people worked on Power. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga.
That shit hit different.
And you would listen to that and it sounded like Kanye did that on his MPC and then started yelling, not one man can have all this power for 3 minutes. But no, nigga, that shit, that dent, nigga, they spent 3 days picking out the dent. Nah, that's not the dent that we need. We need more bass under. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit where, like when they made Watch the Throne, and niggas was renting out a whole hotel in Paris, and for one whole floor in Paris, and every room is a different producer. And this room got the writers in it. You know what I'm saying? And we shoot the beat to the writers got all the beats first. They like fucking Travis Scott, bro.
So
Travis Scott, did you hear his reference tracks of
honestly,
what's the nigga name on Good Music, bro?
I'm not on Travis Scott the way that I should be.
I fuck with his music, but what's the name been doing all that shit? What's that nigga's name, bro? The nigga that signed to Kanye.
How long ago?
Damn. Rapping ass nigga. Oh shit.
What's good music roster? We got Pusha T.
Designer.
Nah.
You said designer.
His name is Sci-Hi.
Sci-Hi. Oh yeah, Sci-Hi.
Sci-Hi. The same way that the Quentin Miller reference tracks leaked for the Drake shit, they just leaked the reference tracks to
So Sci-Hi wrote that shit for Travis Scott?
He did the shit that Travis Scott got with Drake.
Wow.
Sickle Mode.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And more shit.
Yeah, that's nice.
And the last track on Travis Scott's last album was like a boom bap beat, and he like really rapping. Sci-Hi.
Wait. This is a question that you one of the only people that can actually answer this question. It's a little bit off the topic, but can Sci-Hi fuck with Prime Joe? You know they had a little test. Yeah.
But like, in what aspect? Like, we talking songs or they on stage?
See,
or like,
I what was it? No Dope on Sundays. I listened to that album.
Sci-Hi?
Yeah, from Sci-Hi. And that nigga was talking some shit.
He's immaculate with the
Yeah. But Joe different too. Like Joe don't get his the credit.
Yeah, Joe's different. You know how I am with Joe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait,
I done got almost kicked out of barbershops for putting that nigga in my top 5.
yeah, niggas be mad as hell, but niggas don't know music like that. That's the whole shit about it. But that's where I don't, like, even me being in this transition in the media, I don't want to let go of the music. Like, I want to do both. Like, Joe, he let that shit go. But in all honesty, I think it's because people didn't show him the love at the time that he did. He like, I'm getting the love in this.
Yeah.
But really, right now, well, like last year probably would have been a perfect time. Before all this COVID shit, when the podcast popped off, if you didn't drop the album.
Joe should.
But what do you want to do if he ain't angry no more? He ain't sad, he ain't mad.
Nah, he should. I think, I can't tell them what he should do or shouldn't do, but the way music is set up now, it's like I told, okay, this is the perfect topic. I'm glad I thought of this, so I wanted to say it to you. And I'm sure Roddy's going to see this. MF Doom is what I was trying to, and I say that to say this, so let me preface, so let me not sound like I'm being random. Joe should continue to drop music, whether he promote it or not.
Right.
Just to feed people who love hearing him.
Right.
But I say that to say this. Hip hop is getting away from being a young man's game.
Right.
It's starting to be you can be a rapper for life. And we just lost MF Doom, rest in peace, MF Doom. I wasn't a huge I wasn't knowledgeable about his.
See, the thing about MF Doom is that I'm a big ass Adult Swim fan, and that nigga shit
so
was in the
all
background.
over,
I just realized that shit. I didn't even know, like, he's all
But
over
like,
that
I've been new about MF Doom. I just he don't make the type of rap that I listen to personally.
Right.
But you know, like that, I'm not gonna compare to nobody, but that's not the type of music I listen to. But I respect the pen game, and I respect who he is.
Right.
But it's transitioning to, because just earlier, to bring the conversation back when we talk about being middle children in hip hop, I was getting discouraged after 25 about continuing to make music and not being like having some type of fame yet. So what they doing now is, you know, because he wore that mask, right? I think he was about to be almost 50 years old. I think maybe today or yesterday was his birthday, I think. But hip hop is moving into the realm of rock and roll where you can be timeless.
Yeah.
And somebody like Maserati, you know, put out beat CDs, 7 beats on a CD, take a random picture of a remote sitting on the counter, name it something.
But you know why that is though. It's because they, for the longest, like I feel like, say even the fact of us, like I understand. All right, how deep I want to take this? All right, so I understand having to clear a sample, right? Like okay, you clear a sample, like somebody used, you pay homage to them, you got to pay a certain percentage, But the way that they take it, when hip hop essence came from sampling, like them breaking, them in on the break, like me on somebody else's album, on somebody else's track, and them rapping over that shit, and then making shit in their own way. Like that's the essence of hip hop in a way. And now like people they take themselves so seriously that I feel like it take away from the art in a way. But at the same time, I feel like those people we lost control of hip hop, what hip hop was a long time ago. So when you say like MF Doom is older now, and I mean stuff is transitioning when people can be older, because we're starting to realize indie is the way to go. Those people came and took it, and they wanted the people get older, they wanted to separate them. So like they can tell the younger niggas like, okay, the industry gonna rape you, the industry gonna do this, or It's like, nah, fuck them older niggas. They don't know, they don't appreciate what we do, and they like fuck the younger niggas. But they created that shit, I feel like, so that we could.
Because hip hop is clicky as fuck.
Yeah.
Hip hop is real clicky. Like you got the backpackers and the street guys and the Tyler the Creators, and the you know what I'm saying? Like even like
Tyler's a goat too. I don't think if y'all niggas might not agree to that. Tyler's a fucking goat.
Tyler that nigga. And like you look at somebody like J. Cole and somebody like Tyler, like they mad similar in the aspect of they wasn't like street niggas, like they didn't do no hood shit, you know what I'm saying? But they completely different aspects on the look of I'm observing the world from a window, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, I know Tyler did his skateboard and being outside, but like just as far as like our whole aesthetic is more visual than word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of street shit, a lot of rap, like in the past was like, if ain't nobody talking about you outside, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then it became like niggas like Tyler, like that cool nigga on the internet. No matter where you live, no matter, you know what I'm saying, he putting out dope shit. And that's what it's gonna be for like hip hop is its own world. It don't matter how old you is, it don't matter how young you is, you know what I'm saying? You can put out something when you 52, nigga, if it's dope, it's gonna rock.
My inspiration when I got older, I always think back that Hov dropped Reasonable Doubt when he was 27. And then his whole trajectory went saying. And when they go back to what I was saying about, I agree that I feel like I don't just feel that Hov is the best rapper alive. I feel like he is the best rapper ever. And not there are people who can outbar him, of course. But as far as coming from somewhere and then getting a trajectory as a musician, I feel like he is the epitome of, like, you get what I'm saying? Like he's what it is. Like nobody's reached that height. And
it's dope because he can rap and then not seem gimmicky, like an old guy trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Snoop, but so like Snoop ain't dropping albums and shit for that reason. Because if he was to get on, you gotta watch what he do. You know what I'm saying? If it come off cheesy, you know, gonna get on the Playboy Cardi song or something. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. So it's like it's a way to go about it, and that's everybody everybody can't really do that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody can't do that shit.
So my next question to you is, we both, I feel like if we really wanted to go the sign route, we probably could have took that approach when we were younger, but we both maintained the indie route, and that was more popular. But what is it that made you younger know that's the route that you wanted to go?
Shit, I did. Shit, man. Like, to this day, I still haven't had a manager. You know what I'm saying? I've done everything myself as far as the look of my CDs, the sound of my CDs, the quality of my music, the making of my music, the writing of my music. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard at a point. It's hard to picture somebody giving me something outside of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, a lot of getting signed was you have to have an image. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your thing? How you gonna look? How you gonna wear your hat? You gonna cuss? You not gonna cuss? You gonna wear jewelry? You gonna skateboard? You gonna wear tight clothes? You gonna wear
what's your thing? What box can we put you in?
Yeah, what's your thing?
Yeah.
And like, when I started getting into graphic design and being able to, alright, so now I know I can make my album cover look however I want to do it.
Right.
And then shit, now I can spin that off into merch.
Right.
And then I can spin that off into a video. So what can you give me other than money? And then it gets to that point. It gets to that point where it's like, I wish somebody had a budget for me. Hell yeah, I wish I could spend $7,000 on a video real quick. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But for a long time, we looked at hip hop, getting signed to hip hop and selling your soul. You know what I'm saying? It was like.
Do you not still look at it that way?
You can still sell your soul. I don't look at as being signed to selling your soul.
Whether literally or metaphorically. No,
I mean like there are situations where, like, I will say somebody like Travis Scott, for example. Like, he just had a fucking McDonald's meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people will consider that, like, to the point where you selling out, like, you got cheeseburgers after your show.
But that's different. That's just merch. That's just marketing. You gotta make money. If anybody on the inside who has to make money, you know how little we get for streams. You know how little all that shit is. So you gotta merge other ways. But I mean, as far as, do you think, like how they say Hollywood and all that shit, do you think niggas is up there doing sexual shit, doing all that extra shit that they gotta do to get on? Like,
no, maybe. I don't really.
Like, I ain't gonna front with when Puffy was on Nuri shit and he was talking to Fab and Kiss and he just like, Fab talking for like, yeah, why you ain't come party with me? He's like, I've been to parties with you. Like, nah, but you ain't come party with me. And Kiss and Fab looking at this nigga like,
yeah, I mean, shit.
Shout out to Puffy.
If you look at Harvey Epstein, all that crazy weird. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's weird shit up there. I mean, there's weird shit everywhere, bro.
But that's what I've always tried to stay parallel because I didn't want to have to be anything other than who I am. Like, I don't want you to. You gave me this money, so it's like, oh, now you got to do this image, or you got to do what I want you to fucking do.
Yeah,
you got to portray this.
Yeah, that's how we looked at that shit for a long time. Like, I was big on like I know the real street people, so I have respect for the street. So I was big on not speaking on street shit like I knew about it or I was in it every day. But bro, the street shit that's a product.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit could be sold to the right person. It don't give a fuck. The 19-year-old kid in the suburbs don't give a fuck if you actually shot somebody or shit. He just thinks it's cool that you're talking about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's like outside looking in.
Yeah, that shit don't fucking matter, bro. And that's why I said earlier that I'm happy that 6ix9ine shit happened because most of you niggas, a lot of you niggas played at least one of that nigga's song and enjoyed it and probably knew a word or two by the time you was done listening to the song.
And a lot of you niggas done snitched. That's a whole nother story.
Bro, listen, bro. I got a whole thing about that nigga. I'm not even gonna get into that. But that bro, that shit. It to me, it gave the kid in New York City and Brooklyn, Harlem, wherever, Bronx, it gave him the, okay, I don't really gotta go outside and shoot at nobody or sell no crap rock to make the music that them niggas from doing that shit wanna listen to.
Right.
Because, of course, relatability in music is always going to be a thing. That's why it's sad music. That's why certain songs make you cry, because you can relate to it. Same way as shooting a nigga in the face. If in a song you can relate to it, you're going to relate to it. Just like nigga fuck Juice WRLD ain't think about doing no type of lean till they heard Future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 13 years old, cracking a pint of
And
lean.
they said that nigga Future don't even really do.
Nah, because you know it's a product to sell.
See, Future, I don't know. Future is a horrible fucking person to be on levels. And
It's a product. Because he's selling a product, bro. That's why Drake is careful when he, I think I need some Robitussin, or I just popped a half a joke, got me out like a light. He like dibbling in it, like I'm drug referencing, but I'm keeping it super light.
I ain't gonna give it through the whole thing.
Right, but Future, a nigga like Future,
we ain't
like,
pouring no fifths and we ain't doing all of that.
bro, that shit make me feel good when you doing it, when you hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't pop the pill and hear a nigga. First time I heard lean, or first time I drank lean, and listen to Lil Wayne talk about turtle time and all of this shit, you feel cool, you feel it, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as there's relatability in music, which is always gonna be a thing, you can, being not street is a product. Being a skateboarder is a product. Being a tattoo rap punk guy is a, you know what I'm saying? All that shit is sellable.
But would that even sell short of our own people is that we won't even necessarily put ourselves in boxes, but even being us in America, we are so many things in one. Like, you gotta have a little street to survive. You gotta have a little nerd in you to survive. If you just one thing, you're gonna get ate the fuck alive in this goddamn world. You just super fucking hood. Like, there's been times where...
Bro, look at Lupe.
Yeah.
Look at Lupe. Lupe is probably top 5 that are alive. Probably. When it comes to grab the microphone, bitch, and let's rap. I don't give a fuck about whatever else you talking about.
Ignorant niggas is gonna say, "Oh, you talking about the nigga with Kate Push?" Just like when you talk about Joe, they say to pump it up.
Yeah, the pump it up guy and the kick push guy. Both of niggas will get you the fuck up out of here.
Uneducated ass.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like to me, it's like, that's where my hate and love relationship with hip hop stems from, because you always chasing a sound that you don't know that you're chasing. Even being yourself is a sound that you gotta chase, because you gotta find yourself. But like, all right, I'm gonna do street shit. Then you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, the best at gun bars, or the best at flipping the pack in your bars.
I ain't gonna lie, I learned from y'all when I was getting my flow together back in the day and getting used to rapping on the mic and shit. I went over to Crime Street and I used to watch Souls, and Souls was real good at ad-libbing. Like he put some, and I took that in the back of my head. But then when I go do the cut to over to DTE, it was the whole get different movement, be yourself, and then have that whole, you dig, that whole type of shit. So I kind of incorporated that too. It's like, all right, now this is over here. He act like I can see that as a ad-libbing is a certain way, but it's an old school way of doing it. But then when I came over to y'all, it's like, okay, be you, be loud, learn how to be you, find your rhythm about how to do shit. Cause we like, you know what I mean? So I sat back and I watched that thing, but without
that, you look at the type of shit like that, bro. Cause
without that combination, nigga, I'm not
taking nothing away from what I did, but when you're doing it, like, bro, I had people hit me from high school in Maryland that say shit, no exaggeration, like, bro, you the reason I got into this shit. Like, you let me record at your crib, and then I seen that it was possible for you to niggas sit in his room and make a song, and then, like, he been talking about me for 20 years, and I had no idea that you know what I'm saying? And so it's like,
it's okay to beat your chest, nigga. Niggas ain't gonna do it for
bro,
you.
like, bro,
so,
bro, like, I don't. It's weird because when I used to come over to Crime Street, I used to be like, damn, this how I want DT to be like, it was mad at y'all, like, it was mad people, but like, y'all all knew what each other wanted and how, you know, you should be on this song, you should be on this song, and like I said, my niggas was down for the cause, but everybody was growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Taking a second to beat my chest, that kind of was me. Like, okay, I'm writing this hook, and I feel like I hear these people over here. Once I came and got my, so I
like,
just
goes to perception though, because just the way you perceive, like just like you said, going back and forth between the shit. That was my perception of Crime Street. Was And your perception of whatever we was doing over there, you know what I'm saying, was really me forcing these niggas into the studio.
Like I said, no, feel like nigga P, you know I love you. I said that earlier, how I was there. I just really was there when the nigga was recording. He like, oh, I need a nigga to finish this verse, and I'm like, all right, well, I got you.
Yeah, because I would have them niggas for a couple of days at a time, and then I would not see them niggas for a couple of days because they was out doing shit that I probably should have been doing with them. You know what I'm saying? Just to get outside and do some shit.
You was doing the right thing at the time, trying to find the pulse.
Trying to just be inside, stay out the trouble, stay out the way. And sharpen the sword, bro. Sharpen the sword. And that's what bring me to like my last project, or my last two projects that I put out last year. One of them was real drilly, UK drilly. And I did it. That's a crazy story. I make it quick though, but like when I first heard Pop Smoke was welcome to the party. That's probably everybody the first time I heard Pop Smoke. But I heard and I was like, that shit hard. But me being a tight beat, I use tight beats. Fuck y'all, suck my dick. I listen to the tight beats on and hearing Drake dabble a little bit, and I had already been listening to drill beats, right? So some of these beats that he was using, I ain't even say I listened to that exact beat, but
just those tight.
But yeah, and me just in my head, just how would I? And then when I heard that nigga, I'm like, oh shit, that nigga found a pocket for them shits, and he making it in New York, real New York. So bro, once I heard, after I heard Dior, I'm like, I want parts now. You know what I'm saying? So I made Wavy and Dance. Bro, after I made them shits, he passed. And I didn't even know if I wanted to put out the project because I was like, I ain't want you to be like, oh, you might not Pop. But I had Pop in the song. He's in both of those songs talking about being different. Like I used him as a tag. But I didn't do that as a rest in peace. He was alive at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Just a reference.
Bro, I was gonna put at the beginning of the video the sound. I'm obviously jagged right now. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
you did it too. It was before we get off that, but it was when Drake did that shit. I like that he tried to put that London type of thing on with the drill beat. Like I heard you do it too, but you heard him do it first, or did you?
Or
it was just like a reference in and out of that.
Yeah, nah, because me, Keys, and people talk all the time because we be on the box. So we would always just be talking. And I said that'd be like, I don't know what month, I ain't gonna lie, but I said that'd be crazy if Drake started hopping on these shits because I was listening to because that was around the time where Lady LaSure or whatever her name is, I don't know, there's some UK chicks that had a viral hit that was going on, but it was like, bro, I'm probably fucking up the timeline. But when I started hearing people using drill type beats, when I started hearing drill shit, I'm like, I'm started having conversations about the drill shit. And I'm like, yo, wouldn't it be crazy if Drake started killing these shits? And Keys was like, I bet you he do. Like, I guarantee you, he started getting on these shits. And lo and behold, he did.
See, that's my problem with Drake though. If we really get to the bottom, I always make that light skin joke, but I feel like Drake comes in and he finds the new thing, and then he comes to take it, and he's on a different platform that he can.
That's exactly the same thing I was doing.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. That's a bro. Listen, and it's cool because he do it the way where those niggas don't beef with him, and that would be the way that I do it. Cause yo, bro, if I'm sitting around with my niggas and we in the studio and then somebody go, yo, listen to this track that I just found on YouTube. This is from this nigga from Memphis or wherever the fuck you from. And it's like, hold on, wait a minute, I can do that. And we make a beat and I find that'd be wrong for me to never get in contact with that nigga and never. You didn't have to put, yo.
You talking to a nigga that I pay for my beats, but if some shit blow one day and there's something that I ain't exactly play for, the motherfucker gonna have to come get it. We gonna have to settle that some kind of other way.
Bro, the shit don't matter. The nigga who beat you still wants you to steal his beat because he wanna get famous too. You know how much fucking Pop Smoke paid for fucking Dior and all of that shit? What the nigga, he paid $150, $200 for the beats. Exclusive. That's a lot of money to a nigga up in his room making beats. Out of nowhere, he got $250 in the cash app. You didn't know it was gonna be the biggest song in the world the next year.
He just sitting there running some weird.
So now you come back to Pop like Pop didn't have to call you, fly you out to wherever he was at because he wanted to hear more of your beats because he been ripping your beats. He could have said, "Nigga, I'm about to find teach learn how to make that sound." You know what I'm saying? So the nigga, bro, you know what I'm saying? That $200 didn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't mean shit, bro. Panda. The Panda was a tight beat. The nigga got that shit off of YouTube, bro, and made Panda, bro. About a GTA.
Yeah, he got that shit off of YouTube? I know he made it off about a GTA car. I know he got that shit off YouTube.
That was a tight beat, nigga.
That shit crazy.
So when it started taking off, they reached out to the producer, like, yo, you want some money? You give me $500. Cool, I'll take $500. I'm not saying that's the exact price, but that's kind of how it went. And then after he gave him the money, nigga, it took off more.
Yeah, you niggas.
And that nigga
So I know right now niggas be hungry, but when you've been in this game as long as I did, you gotta know that sometimes it's the percentage that you need to go for. Give me a percentage of this, or give me, like, you can't just go for that.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. This is what fucked me up for a long time. And this is what fucking a lot of you niggas up. And I'm glad I'm saying this on camera. The way that we are raised is competition, right? And sometimes, yes, I'm not saying people don't deserve money for their goods and services, but sometimes that shit can stop you from
immediate gratification.
Yes, that shit can stop you from working with people. So the guy with the camera, who his girl, his mom, his brother, his sister, whoever, is like, yo, bro, that's how you make your money. Don't let nobody ever tell you, or you can do some shit for free with that camera. You know what I'm saying? And then you got this rapper who's really good, who might not can't afford a video or don't have the connections to with a camera, and that's all he missing. You know what I'm saying? So now you got this. So now you got this relationship where, like, this camera guy should really work with this rapper,
but they all think about money.
But he like, I don't want to work for free, and he like, I can't pay him. And then, you know what I'm saying? But so
y'all can be rich together,
bro. Like, listen, everybody don't got to be the talent. The rapper needs the dude to believe in him to motherfucking get to the next motherfucking level, bro. Like, listen, look at J. Cole's manager. J. Cole's manager was his best friend's roommate from college. He rapped too. He was rapping.
But he like, you the one.
You the one, nigga. Hold on, wait a minute. Fuck what I'm talking about. Wait a minute. That's the most gangster shit ever a nigga can ever do, bro. That's more gangster than a rapper making $10 million and giving 9 of it to his homies. That's mad gangster. If you can sit in the room and say, bro, you know what? I'm about to stop rapping. I'm about to put all of my energy into you, bro. Niggas need that shit, bro. If we had somebody, bro, look at how many people was in DTV / Carson / whatever the fuck we was doing, right? If one of those people, whether it was Haas or fucking whoever the fuck it was, bro.
So let me invest in y'all. Let me get to this.
So if this nigga said, you know what, I'm not getting another song. Fuck me. What do we need? We need a video? Alright, so this money that I've been spending on beats or video CD covers and all of this shit, first for shows and all that shit, fuck that. I'll be in the crowd. I'm at the bar when you niggas is on stage, looking at my piece of work on stage. Look what I have created as nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have everybody want to be the talent. Niggas can't be the talent, bro. Everybody can't be the talent. It's niggas right now in the town. I'm talking to you. You know exactly what I'm talking to. Who got a little bit of bread, but still want to be the rapper.
They want to be the rapper. They can't even fucking.
Still want to be the talent. It's niggas in the town. It's niggas who might not be where you are financially or even status-wise. It's niggas who got a little status in the town where they do something or put their name on something or stand on something. People gonna pay attention. I know 2 rappers. 2C 2 times, and Aaron Stove God Cooks. Both them niggas from the town, right? Both them niggas done made mad noise in the last 2 years. This nigga got a video with Summer Walker. This nigga is the Rookie of the Year on the Joe Budden podcast, and he's fucking with Griselda. These is 2 niggas from our town that we sitting there right now. I know not one song that popped off from them niggas before I heard them being famous. Not famous, but well, Tusi, he might be famous.
It didn't pop off in the town.
No.
Popped off.
And I made sure every time somebody bring up Tusi or Stove God cooks. More so Tusi, because he more in the public eye.
Yeah,
But every time somebody bring him up, bro, I say, did I miss it?
Yeah, I don't see him as a rapper either.
I don't give a fuck what he is. He's from the town.
But he from the town.
You know what I'm saying? And I've heard fucking R&B songs and little rapper songs from the town got popular. Man, the Thump, you know what I'm saying? It's niggas from the town who had a little popularity. I never even heard a Tusi song. He younger than me, so I was around when he was around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know who Stove got. I know who Aaron was based on being with Ox. You know what I'm saying? But I never knew Ox was, if you ask me, Ox was more popular than him. Then all of a sudden I heard he was signed to Bus Ride, whatever the case may be. But like, bro, if it shouldn't take somebody
So they all came over to fight. Wasn't like 15 of them at first.
Is that Lupe that say that?
Those niggas had like reserves come out of nowhere, nigga.
It's a shame. No, Pat Poose. When he said it's a shame when a nigga get popping out of time and gotta sign him. Then everybody behind him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, before I forget, we gotta keep it like a lot of people thinking that signing him is the goal, and it's a big debate here. I've seen somebody, I ain't gonna say his name, but I seen him go on Facebook, and his energy was definitely negative, but his message wasn't wrong. He was saying about the people that get signed and it don't really mean nothing and but his intentions were wrong. But a lot of artists, a lot of labels are invested in artists. And sometimes if they see competition, they will sign you just to shelf you so that they can have their artists still on the forefront. And that's why, especially nowadays, label can't do nothing for you besides provide a budget that you can't do for yourself. I say indie is the way to go all the way nowadays. The internet is.
It's all about distribution deals now. You just need a distribution deal. But bro, honestly, bro, and I say all that to say, I'm glad you said that because that brings me to my next point. It's to the point now where a team of people is like a label.
Yeah, definitely.
This space that we got right here, or whatever space that you got, or what we got, if you fill it with people with the common goal, that's another thing that I always was jealous about y'all. I'm being a little honest about the Crime Street shit was like seeing 5 of y'all with the same logo on your shirt, seeing your sister with the logo on her shirt, seeing her know y'all songs. I mean, my sister knows some of my songs.
But say Davia was in here.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. My sister don't. Shout out to her ugly ass. But love you, sis. But just like I don't got the most supportive family in the world. Don't get me wrong, they support me in their own little ways. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen a picture of everybody with a DTE shirt on. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or everybody with a Div Gang shirt on. Or ain't never been that type of situation. So like
that shit matter. It definitely
yeah,
matter.
that shit do matter. That shit make you feel good, bro. So that's one thing that I always was like damn, like I ain't never had that. Like
But that can go to show you the illusion, though, boy, because it looks solid on the outside, but on the inside, that motherfucker was a ticking time bomb. No, what the hell, niggas used to get drunk and fight. Right?
I just wish I was as good. I wish I was as good as articulating myself now as I was. You know what I'm saying? Back then, because y'all. Well, this is probably an off-camera conversation, but y'all had the pieces. Y'all had the pieces. It's just, I think sometimes we get blinded by trying to involve too many people. Trying to do too, like me, like sometimes I'm a victim of that shit too. Like, cause like I said, we're from the era of crews. So it was dope to have a crew. So like, I didn't necessarily want to put out no music if it wasn't crew based. And I kind of got lost in that for a second.
But I honestly think in 2021 that's coming back.
No, it is.
And Griselda is not an example. Like,
yeah.
And then I feel like our future kind of they was the only one at that time.
Because they came in at the end of Cruise.
Yeah.
The end of Cruise. We just said it's coming back.
And it was a hell of a crew.
Yeah, they came. Yeah, hell of a crew, legendary crew. But they came out Did you know that? Side note, did you know that Haji Beats is married and has children with Nelly Furtado? All right, I just want to blow your mind. I just want to blow your mind with that real quick. I just want to blow your mind with that real quick. But anyway, yeah, let's sit on that. Yeah, but them niggas is legendary. Yeah, them niggas is legendary crews. That's who she does music for. The niggas they came in at the end of Cruise, so we wanted to do Cruise so bad that sometimes like I would get frustrated with P, and I didn't mean Keys till college, so it was more like P, Jesse, Scrap, The Victory, that crew that I would got like, oh, like we got to put this album out, and there's not enough of y'all on it. It's all me. You know what I'm saying? And learning like, okay, Jesse not really the rapper. He wanted the hooks. Scrap want to do all the hard shit. P really gonna do whatever the fuck, because he P. And you know what I'm saying? I gotta kind of just
working together.
Yeah, I gotta kind of. That's what V-Day ended up. V-Day was supposed to start. V-Day started out being a compilation.
Right.
It wasn't supposed to be a Dvn DWNR project.
You ended up having to Kanye that shit.
I ended making an album where, okay, so, all right, my original idea for it was to be a compilation. But then, and I mean compilation as like mad people. I think I might even did I send you an invitation? I might not, I don't remember. But I sent out invitations for the V-Day. I sent you one, right? Yeah. All right, so I'm not fronting. So the original idea was that to get as many people on it as possible. Because it was going to be like, from us to y'all Valentine's Day theme.
Right.
Like, from us to y'all with love, V-Day. Here's everybody that associated with the V's. You know what I'm saying? But when I started getting no contacts back for the features, I'm like, shit.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, so then I'm like, I had been keeping songs from P and Keys, because once I send them some shit, they gonna get up. And it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be on the final song, and it's gonna be what it is. So I was keeping songs from them, so I get other people on them. And then it got to the point where I'm sitting on these songs that these niggas never heard, and I gotta put this project out. There's Valentine's Day rolling around, so I send them niggas shit, and then that's what we shout out to SV. He came through, he helped finish the project. Other than him, and shouts out to Bag of Gas. They're the only other two niggas outside of the gang who was on the project. And it ended up being like a dynasty, like a Jay-Z dynasty thing. Where it's like it's a Jay-Z album, but it's a Rockefeller album. And I'm not a feature guy. So that was my intent in doing that. And that was a reflection of some shit that we were talking about, the temperature of the town, where it's like, I try to, bro, I always sit around and say, I don't make music with nobody, but I don't do it on purpose.
I think I did, I think I did hear, it was somebody that I was associated with, and they was like, yeah, Dev hit me about doing this verse for his shit. I'm trying to feel, I'm like, this nigga ain't sent me no Dev.
No, I might be, I don't think I sent no music out because I got an underwhelmed feeling from the response I got back from the invitations. So I ended up not sending nobody no music out. I'm not gonna be honest about that because he probably was referencing, I think I know you're talking about.
It might have been mine. Was it mine?
I sent him an invite. Bro, I was just reaching at that point. You know, no disrespect to Vonnie, but I was trying to get anybody and everybody involved in the project. I sent Tiamaji one. I think I sent Chi-Town one. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't have nothing against none of them guys. I love all them guys. But it was a reflection of like, I don't work with nobody because niggas don't work together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
even the people that I used to work with growing up, I want to be able to, like, I would say that I would pay for a session. I don't mind paying for a studio session if you come prepared. If I send you a beat but at the same time, I want to be able to be like, yo, what's good? I can send you this and you just get it back to me. I don't want to have to be involved. I want to hit you where you at. I'm at the studio Streetz. I'm not saying because I want you on. Like, I don't want to have to push everybody to fucking do something. And then like
anybody that you gotta push don't need to be around.
So lately I've been really into the analogy of wolves. And I was thinking it's too cliche, so I was after Streetz, I was thinking about doing an album called Wolf, but and Tyler did it. But the concept of wolves is that there's a alpha in the front and there's a leader in the back, and then they help like the leader in the front. He paved the way, and the people fall in line and follow because they part of the pack, and the one in the back is the other one that's strong too. So he watches the predators in the back, and he watch like everybody plays a certain part. Everybody ain't like I used to me and you are wolves, bro. Like there's a difference. Like and I used to tell Reed this all the time when it came to Crime Street shit, like being vulnerable. But we're wolves. Like you can't expect everybody else to react the way that we do or be on it the way that when it wasn't that way when we was younger. They just show up at the studio when it's there, but when you got to do a little extra work
it's
or a little.
It's the too many cheese not enough Indians.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
But the problem lies when people don't acknowledge you as the wolf that you are because it makes them feel some type of way. But really, it's like, no, I'm just picking up where you slack off, so let's move.
Yeah, it's ego, bro. It's ego, man. It's ego. Like it's a lot of ego. I've probably been guilty of it at certain times, but
We all
I like to think of myself as somebody who like always said I wish I had a friend like me because it's like, bro, like I'm always down. Like for a long time, back when I was like down on my like zero, no money, no nothing, I would offer barter. You know what I'm saying? I would offer barter like, yo, like I'll make you a cover for XYZ.
Yeah.
Or design a logo for you for XYZ. But that made me realize how how collaboration is looked down upon rather than monetary gain. Because a nigga rather you give them $75 than to return a favor with a favor. And
which actually gets you further in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides of it.
No, but with the bartering, like it gets you further than I give you this bread and it's gone. But if it's like it's a favor for favor, we build this type of thing.
Because I can see both sides of it because I'm on both sides.
Yeah. Sometimes you need you hungry.
Because I've made covers, or I've had rappers come to me for covers and be like, can I get 2 for 30, or can I get like, yo, how much is your cover? $50. And they're like, well, shit, then I can get 2 for 60 or something like that. Like, nah, nigga, like it's $100.
Right.
But I don't understand where you're coming from. It's a big deal to you that you about to spend $50 on a mixtape cover. You know what I'm saying? And that might be a $50 that you could have spent on food or your little weed that you needed to flip or whatever the case. I try not to judge nobody.
But you do gotta invest in your goddamn craft in some type of way, shape, or form. That's something that like everybody.
But you do gotta invest in people too.
Yeah, definitely.
And you gotta invest in people. So like I say, the people who have cameras. People who have cameras, like I'm about to go buy a camera next week. Right? So if I go buy a camera next week, I'll be dead ass wrong if I charge you $250 for a video. Some people might say I'm not. I'm investing in myself. I'm starting off. Is you cool for spending $250 with me to get me started on my video? But also, what I should do is shoot a fucking video for you, so I can learn how to shoot a video, learn how to edit, and at the same time putting you out a video, and then whatever we charge the next guy, or whatever, however we decide to do it. But it's like investing in people, bro. Like it's important because it's a nigga right now who can't afford studio time or think that he needs studio time to be successful, and he can't afford it, or he don't know nobody to whatever the case may be, and it's
different again, but like it's different now. Like even if like going to the colleges, like there's people that's willing to invest because that's what they not even invest, but they do some shit for you. Oh, this is what I do for class. Shit, I can use this as a project, or I can submit this as da da da. It's just going out there. Like I used to be with a team where I used to be like, yo, let's go ride up at SU and go talk to people. Let's go to the block. Nah. Like that's the type of shit you gotta do. Like you gotta rub shoulders with people. And you a little more introverted than I am, but I'm the same way too. I get to a certain point to where I gotta stay with myself for a little while. But you do have to go out and fucking talk to people. You have to.
I'll be in the house a lot. I'm in the house, nigga. I to a fault. A lot of times, But
I mean, it's safe. I feel like the best thing is to be in the motherfucking crib. The only
it's a misconception though, because I'm only in the house nigga when I'm in my hometown.
yeah.
I'm staying out of trouble, ain't nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? If you here for school, you can live in a different world than we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm related to niggas on every side of town. I'm related to niggas that have did shit to other niggas. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to risk the wrong time, wrong place, wrong time card. Because that shit happens to too many niggas. So
I just gotta think. I gotta think about the fucking panhandlers here, man. Like I came back from Georgia, like what the fuck is going on? These niggas is super aggressive. Like I remember, and then they have no shame. Like a panhandler, like I remember they did ask you for some change. This is a nigga asked you for a whole $5 bill now. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like
it's inflation, nigga. Shit. We asking for $20 an hour minimum wage. You don't think the bums need more money?
Mark my words. In about 2 or 3 years, a panhandler gonna hit your ass with the, oh, I ain't got no change on me. It's all right, I got Cash App. What's up? Give me that on the Cash App real quick.
Yeah, I would.
I might have to guess. If a motherfucker hit me with that, I might have to shoot you anyway. I ain't gonna hold you. But you might wake up, motherfucker, hit you with a request. Motherfucker get you a request.
I sit down in the McDonald's with a piece of paper and write my Cash App 50 times, rip that shit up in 50 little squares, and walk around and say, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you know anybody who got Cash App, you know, that can donate. Because then you can get your cousin in Atlanta to donate to me. I'm in New York City. I'm homeless. Yo, listen, you might not have it, but you know anybody with Cash App that can send $1? Shit. Got me fucked up. You gotta hustle with the agents, man. You gotta hustle with the agents, bro.
They be aggressive with you. The shit I hate the most is don't act friendly with me, bitch. We don't know each other. Yo, what up, man? What up? Yo, I ain't seen you in mad long. Like, bitch, just get to the point where you gonna ask me for something.
I'm glad you said that, because to bring that to relate that to music is, I feel like people say certain shit to us because we make music. They think that they gotta say certain shit to us. Yeah. And that brings it back to the collaborative shit. Like, we gotta work. Or we gotta do like, yo, you don't gotta say that to me. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't mean that.
Yeah, because I'm taking that type of shit serious.
But I do realize that it's a Syracuse mentality. If you go somewhere different, them niggas will link up. Like niggas in down south be like, they be at the strip club looking at ass. I'm like, yo, I got this beat. Word, folk? We about to hit the stew right now. Niggas, they gonna get up and they gonna go together in Syracuse. Sometimes, like, I'll go outside myself and I take it so personal. Like, I think it's a thing, because I do it too. And they be like, yeah, we gonna link up. We gonna da-da-da-da. And niggas just, I see you again a month later. Like, yeah, we were supposed to do a track. We weren't supposed to do, and then, that's
nigga,
great.
We know each other for years. We don't got no music together.
No, not since we been to our we got all kind of old shit. We had an old album that we were working on that would crush y'all niggas back in the day, but that shit lost in time.
It's crazy.
That shit had Victory Lap on it. I ain't hear Victory Lap in that long, man. I had that Good Love shit that we had remixed.
Mm-hmm.
What was that Naked shit we remixed too?
Yeah, the Pause, the Mark Easton shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, niggas was killing that shit though, but it's, bro, I had such an idea, and I know niggas, y'all probably used to hate me for that shit, but I used to be so visual of how I pictured the albums and the mixtapes going. I used to be mad, like, obsessive about certain songs that had to be in there, and certain songs that, yeah, and I was young, so I couldn't articulate myself the way I used to think that I could. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I love P. Shouts out to P. Because even Keys, too. Them niggas, they follow me on a lot of ideas, bro. I'm a weird nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know my music. You know what I'm saying? You heard the Posers. You heard me do Posers and all type of weird fucking crazy shit that I done did.
What the that I'm waiting on the day that I ain't gotta say that I'm waiting on the day. Was that some shit that you took from somebody else and made their song, or was that you?
No, okay, so damn, that's a good song to bring up.
That's one of the good things that always. That's one of
weird
your songs that
when
always.
somebody to reference things about me that so waiting on the day. I had an aunt who was obsessed with Citizen Code. Citizen. I don't know if y'all ever listened to Citizen Cope. I don't know if he still make music or not, but it's this white dude who played the guitar, piano, whatever the fuck he played, and he make dope ass music. And but it's like political. It's like political, and she was like, you should listen to the CD and check it out. And I found a lot of songs on there that I ended up liking. And Waiting on the Day was one of them. I'm not even sure if Waiting on the Day was the name of his song. It probably is. But Waiting on the Day, I made the beat first before I had the idea for the song. That's when I was on my sample Kanye shit. I thought it was Kanye. 50 samples a day listening to that type of shit. And I made the beat with the thing. And then the first bar I thought of was where I gotta say where I'm waiting on the day. And I'm like, damn, that's the whole song right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on the day. Waiting on the day. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, bro, that's Message Reloaded? Yeah, that's Message Reloaded. Reloaded, yeah. So, that's a really good CD.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It definitely is.
Because it got a lot of original music on there, and it's got like mixtape shit that I did, like waiting on, like throw some beats on it, and I don't know what else the fuck is on there.
There's a lot of shit. What was that? I think that was on DSA. That I'm high. Can you see me down there? High. Can you see me down there? Remember, it was me, you, and people. This before I even started smoking too. I did a whole verse, a whole song about being high, nigga. I
think that's that Sade beat that I sampled. I think.
Yeah, I think
that was that Sade shit. Yeah, that Sade shit.
I ain't from around here, but I might as well toss it some people around.
Yeah.
That shit. Like me.
And that's one thing I miss about music too, bro. It's like it was so concept based, and we had concepts like not every song, but like. Most of the time, a song was about some shit. I just be rapping now, bro. I ain't gonna I just be rapping now.
No, I feel like a waste with me, honestly, is that I'm obviously like I'm in the prime of my life right now with as far as rapping, kind of understanding music, hearing shit, and I'm top notch right now. But as far like it was a time when Riley's studio shut down and I couldn't record. I wrote some of the best songs that I never like. The times moved on and they couldn't like. I had this hook that I always wanted, like a Charles Hamilton, one of those deep voices.
You said Charles Hamilton?
Yeah, but it was like 09. It just like
well, it was like one of the dopest niggas out.
It was like hello 09. But it was just like it was the whole like I couldn't find nobody with that voice. I couldn't record that time, but that shit always knock. I can never remake that shit. It was just
bro, and you had said that to me the other day in the text message was you can't sometimes it's frustrating because you can't make this in your head. Yeah. And bro, I think that's why I stepped away from producing. Because even though producing is a freeing thing because you can make whatever the fuck you want, it's also a box because it's only what you make. You know what I'm saying? So when I put myself in that, I'm about to stop sampling, it was around the time. Right around the time Tyler was coming out, I had decided to not use samples, and that was his whole video. And I was mad about that. Oh, no samples on my beat. And I'm like, that's what I had just started doing. But so I'm like, because I had learned about the clearance and shit. Like, nigga, you probably never be able to use any of these songs. So this is gonna come unplug your shit, and you're gonna be trash as fuck. But so what I did was I stopped sampling and I fucking started using as many sounds as I could. Like downloading mad fucking different sound packs and I'm you know what I'm saying, remaking nerd beats and shit like that.
I remember that
time. That time, when I was like, obsessed.
You so anti-nothing matter.
Yeah, all that shit. So I started trying to get more into making beats without needing a sample to base it on. And then that kind of put me in a box too, because that shit is hard.
When I tried to make beats, I always didn't come up with a melody. It was using different drums. That was my issue. I could never I always end up coming with the same type of boom bap type of drums. Like I couldn't.
That's not easy, bro. That's not easy. It's not as easy as niggas make it.
Cause like even when I made some of the beats that I did have something to do with, I went and made the melody, and then like Roddy had come and put the drums on it or some shit.
Like I put myself in a box where it was, you know, I'm not gonna rap on nothing unless I produce it.
Right, I remember that.
So then,
But before you go, I always did envy that because it's like this nigga Dev got a leg up because he can make a concept, he can know what he rapping about, he making a beat, he can completely cater and tell whatever fucking story, however he want to at any fucking particular moment.
That's why I reloaded it so dope. Because you remember when we was just earlier off camera, we were talking about that road trip we took when we was younger, and when we came back. I think that's when we was like getting ready to put out Reloaded, like finishing it. Because that's what came up with DSA, right?
Yeah, it came at the same time.
Yeah.
That was some all nighter. That was a couple.
Yeah, so as soon as that night we got back, remember it was like it was May because I remember it was snowing. It was like Mother's Day or some shit. It was snowing, and we got back. And I remember that night because that's the night I recorded Put Some D's on it. And that album, to me, is the most me thing that I've ever done because, just like you said, that's the only time I ever took advantage of like making stories with my beats. Like I got the please don't ask me where I'm going, cause I don't know. Nigga, that's a fucking cause I don't know anymore. That's it used to feel like I knew where I was going. That shit. Career Bailey Ray, I was sampling this shit, and that's the first time that I ever like really like. That's what I want to get back to, bro. Like I feel like my next project gotta be like. I'm super against boxes, so I'm not ever gonna not do some shit. Like I got a project coming out that's like Little Uzi-ish. I don't know, probably not. The Little Uzi fans probably hear that shit. Probably just post something in fucking Uzi. But to me, it's in that Playboy Cardi area, I should say. And that's not. But if I like a sound and I think that I can make a sound, I'm gonna make the sound.
Play with it, fuck it, put
right.
Spin on.
But I do want to put out a project that gets back to the Reloaded, where I was like working on a song for a week, and you know studying like when I made I was in the zone when I made that beat for Victory. You can't deny me. You can't deny me. You can't deny I was even child. You can't deny me. Like that's when I was like going through mad samples in the day. Sampling mad fucking shit and actually sitting down and thinking of like that's one thing I was Kanye, bro. Like when he come out with albums, they be not conceptual where he telling the story. He could tell the story, I don't fucking know. But it's like
he just being what he just making whatever he feel like in a way. I feel like with me, a lot of the time, like I feel like I'm more free now than I ever been with making music because I spent years getting the personal shit out of the way. Like I used to be like, okay, I want to express myself, but now when I hear a beat, it's just like, what is this beat saying to me? What kind of song do I want to make? And that's way more of a free space than I used to be in. Like, okay, now I used to make it personal.
You still gotta let me EP you some shit. I gotta accept it.
I'm with it. Like where I'm at right now, I'm trying to experiment, bro. Like I just want to try different shit. I want to see what I can do with this sound. If I start writing and the shit sound like, okay, I usually would write this. This is a usual Streetz pattern. I erase it and I try to let me choose different words so I can give me a different bounce. And then give me a different.
Sing it.
I've been messing with that too.
Not like Trey Songz.
Yeah.
But like, nigga, like take them bars that you got and say them melodically. You know what I'm saying? Or just like anything, bro. And it's like, that's what I was trying to tell you. How I had to ask Brother Reed for Mad Long.
It's good, Reed.
What up, nigga? Was bro, you got the the drive and the hustle that you have is way more than 80% of niggas who try to do this shit got.
Definitely.
Well, I don't want specifically making a hit, but like sometimes people get too stuck in thinking they have to make a certain sound, regardless of, bro, nobody knows you in the world. Me or you.
You can be whatever
the fuck you want to be, right? So you don't have to put yourself in I have to make this type of music because I'm this type of nigga. You gotta take that hustle mentality that you got and apply it to the making music process.
How can I fit in here? But I was telling Reed too, I'm like, because Reed like, yeah, he older, he got like, he doing like, but bro, you got a whole new bag of stuff you can talk about. Like it ain't the same. You can't talk about the same shit as you used to. But you're a granddaddy now. You may be this and that, but you still coming from a perspective of somebody that's been in the streets that maybe they hear. You got a whole new bag.
Yeah, like, I think
that's exciting.
I think as kid, like your grandfather, like you can't look at shit, bro. First of all, this is like we said earlier about the Asian hip hop. But that aside, that aside, you gotta. Everybody got their own story to tell in hip hop. And the good thing about hip hop is you don't even gotta tell that story. You can tell somebody else's story, right? So somebody like Jay, where you can drop the J, just be Reed, be a whole new person, not put his face on his covers, not shoot videos or whatever the fuck you want to do.
People will make speculation. This sound like this. He said this word the same.
Right. It don't matter. And like, well, obviously now COVID makes things different, but like live shows is such a bro. If you can put 500 people in a room that want to hear you, that's all that fucking matters. It don't matter how cool you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just wanted him to like look at somebody like Yo Gotti. Granted, Yo Gotti's from the South, but he's an older fella. He's got to be 35, 36. I don't know how old Yo Gotti is. Excuse me, Yo Gotti. I don't know if he's 44. He could be 44.
He look like he about to get 40 shot.
I don't know how old he is, but all I know for sure is that he's not 21. He's older. He's well into his 30s, right? Reed is well into his 30s. And I'm trying to put his business. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about. Fuck y'all. But, bro, you know how old bro is. So you gotta imagine if Reed made a It'll Dominate Deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't. That's not the type of beat he will listen to. It's not the type of concept he'll think of. But you at the point now where it's okay, so now it's different when you got pride in your shit. As far as like when you're younger, you want what you make, the genuine you to be the thing that pops. And I get that. I was there. I've been there. Well, I'm still there. I still want the genuine me to be the one that pops.
But it don't have. But see. A person, yeah, because you gotta understand that we all have more aspects to ourselves than you let on. Like when I was younger, I used to always feel like, okay, I came up in a crime street, you hear the name, you see the image of rough niggas that I roll with, and I felt like I had to be a certain way. But it's like, nigga, I'm an anime head, I'm fucking funny, nigga, I fuck your bitch, I do all this stuff. It's just all of these people make me a complete person, and me not shining light on each individual part of me is a disservice. It's like it's putting you in a box.
Bro, you know what I started doing? I've started when I want to talk about a gun. Nigga, I reference a gun from a video.
It's with the RCP 90, 007, nigga.
I don't even gotta say 007. I can say the RCP 90 060. You know what I'm saying? The RCP 90 060.
Word, me too.
That's it.
Right there,
first of all, very little do people gonna hear the name of a gun and go type it up. And if you do go type it up in the Google and type RCP 90, guess what's gonna come up? GoldenEye 007. You like, this nigga talking about video game guns? Yeah. Then you're gonna come back and listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can do the Gatling gun.
Right. The Gatling gun.
They should have had it.
Word. Nigga, that shit sound dope. Nigga, I need one of those. Niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about.
You gotta make you cool and believe in you're cool, bro. You gotta make you cool and believe in you cool. I popped a sensu bean, I'm about to get right on a bitch.
Y'all already know how I get
Bro,
down.
right.
Adventure time.
So, bro, the good thing is essentially whatever you want it to be.
We don't condone that. Condone what?
Right.
What you talking about?
I said, and I'm from New York, and I said, no, I got your bitch on ease. Ease is a plural version of E. Nobody references, first of all, nobody talks about ecstasy anymore, right? Nobody's ever said ease. I made that up. That's my word. Now it just became, and now my voice said it in his verse, now it's whatever put a bitch at ease.
Right. That's what they're gonna take it as.
Right. Now it could be not an ease, it could be the butt. Y'all got this bitch on ease, bro. You feel me?
Don't take it Bill Cosby-ish, because that ain't where we're going.
Nah, you gotta make you cool. You know what I'm saying? You make you cool, fit on my cap. Bitches adventure time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, you gotta make you cool, bro. Like, nigga, it's fast, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we can do this.
Worrying about my cash flow got me fighting myself like Afro. Anything, bro. Anything, bro.
Afro's a crazy motherfucker. Was he real or was that a figment of this nigga imagination? Like,
It was a compliment.
yeah, but
Ninja.
yeah, but I seen niggas smoking, the ashes fell in the nigga's soup and shit. I'm like, I don't know.
Because it was Afro.
Yeah, that nigga Afro. That's a dope ass thing. We need more of that. We need more black in it.
So I'll tell you my idea about the mixtape later, but what I wish we did was put out more music.
Definitely.
Put out music. That's what I wish we did, bro. Because there's so much shit that I remember, and I'm like, man, we need to put that shit out.
It ain't nowhere we can keep it. So unless we somehow find a CD that barely worked, that's cracked somewhere, or like.
And I've also this computer that don't.
I got an email address that probably got most of our shit in it, but I can't get into it. I remember I had that Streetz the Hood Superstar long ass email address.
Bro, man, I had you know what? My Yahoo account was breached. I had a big ass Yahoo, and that nigga's Yahoo mail got erased. One of my $315 at yahoo.com. That bitch got so much shit in it, nigga. I know it was just somewhere in cyberspace. It's just gone. Facts.
But yeah, man, we can do this all day. Definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one. We probably gonna do another one and edit them together. So it'll be longer and better.
We got y'all, and we got the spot opening up in the background. I said noise. We always got multiple hustles. But like I said again, thank my man for coming through. It's definitely a dope ass interview.
I appreciate the love. Appreciate you having me, bro. Thinking about me for doing some shit like this.
Of course. Dvn DWNR. I'm Misfit Streetz. Y'all holla at me. Fuck you if you don't like it.
Follow all the socials that's gonna be on the screen.
Yeah, all of that shit.